Mari kita kunin.
So we're back to talk about episode 2.
Woo!
Hey, you love it.
Yeah.
You love your job.
Just to jog everybody's memory, this is John and Caroline. So this is the Santa Ana project.
Okay.
And so I think the first thing we need to talk about is how old that house was.
Okay, the age of the house?
Yes, so it was a 100-year-old house. What's the worry of doing an older house?
What's the word of doing an old house, Joe?
Dry rot.
The dry rot?
No.
Termite damage.
Yeah.
Termite damage?
Termited, as some might say.
Yeah.
Termited? Is
Termited?
termited a word?
No,
Let
I
it-
looked it up. It
Are
really
you
is.
sure?
It's not?
I don't know.
Termited?
It's not a word.
Brianna
Like
says no.
Terminator.
It
It's
is.
not a word.
What's the concern of a 100-year-old house, honey?
Well, any updates?
Illegal updates done on the house that we don't know about.
Exactly. Yeah, that we don't know about. So
You got asbestos. You got just tons of
yeah,
the
windows.
old wiring. Is probably one of the
Yeah.
worst things. The old wiring or old
Yeah.
what is it? The sewer
The
lines.
knob and tube.
The knob and
Yeah.
tube. The old sewer lines that probably
Yeah.
corroded, broken
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, we ran into one right in the bathroom, the hall
Yeah.
bathroom. It had a sewer line that was corroded, literally leaking into the walls.
Yeah, so anything that is 100 years old is also going to have, deferred maintenance, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then things that are in the wall, like knob and tube wire. Back then, the construction 100 years old was knob and tube wire, which you can't use anymore. So people say that it's actually safer, but it's not. And then you got the old.
Hold on, that drink don't water.
You okay?
Not again.
You okay?
Made her laugh.
You got a 100-year-old body there.
Feels like it.
And then the drainage system, they had actually clay. Back then, drains were clay, which we don't use anymore, right? Because it just starts
Starts to
to
deteriorate.
corrode, deteriorate.
Yeah.
Well, only thing about 100 years old was the framing, because the framing was actually a true 2x4.
Yeah.
Now it's just a nominal size, which is the size of a 2x4 is actually what?
3.5.
3.5 by 1.5. And so the lumber back then was like,
Yeah, it was solid.
Solid.
It was solid. It was solid. Solid framing that they have, with the exception of the shower pan that was
Oh,
deteriorated.
disgusting.
It was nasty.
yeah. So there's some pros and cons. And then the
Yeah.
plaster, I always like plaster. If I had a house to build, I would do it with plaster.
Get
Well.
out of here, dude. Such a liar. No plaster. So much harder to do like regular maintenance.
It would
on
be a
house.
lot
Just
harder.
Like,
Just do double drywall, dude. Double 3/4, and that's it.
But the architecture of
Yeah.
100 years old I love that whole
Yes.
neighborhood.
Yeah, their
Yes.
windows, they
Yeah.
had the built-in
Yeah.
screens, they're all
Yeah.
metal framing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the hardware was really the highlight of the house to me.
Yeah.
I loved
The
it.
light, the switch covers that they had, they're all brass.
Yes,
Yeah.
the original
Yeah.
to the
But
house.
But they've kept it that way.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
She's done a
exactly.
lot of work to keep it that way and
Exactly.
to keep it to have the age of the house there.
Yeah, and then they vintage shop too. So they. you
They,
know,
meaning you guys, on the episode,
Yeah.
you guys went.
Well, we did too, but I'm saying the homeowners. They,
Yeah.
They like the vintage
The
look.
old
and
world
They
feel.
do
Yeah.
exactly. So they.
She wasn't so easy to move into trying to change her whole house.
Exactly, yeah.
To new, she's like, no,
Yeah.
I want to just keep the
Which is
look.
crazy because when we started walking the house, right, Bree? Usually everybody wants all new amenities.
Everything ripped out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like this is a
Yeah.
good segue into talking about the cabinets. You know, Caroline wanted to keep those cabinets.
Exactly.
Bam.
You know, is this generally an uncommon request?
It is. Caroline is just unique in herself, right, honey? Like just, people want to open up walls now.
Yeah.
But she wanted to keep the charm of the house. And then to hold on to those cabinets, she just didn't want to feel like she had a connection with the house. She had a connection with the house. She said that when she walked in, she's like, I don't know,
The house spoke to her.
that's exactly what she said. The house spoke to her.
In
And-
Santa Ana.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Santana.
But that particular street is a
Yeah.
nice street.
It's a nice tree-lined street.
It's
and
a
so,
really nice street.
Every city has a hidden pocket, so that
And that's a very hidden.
Yeah.
That's a hidden
Hidden
gem.
area.
yeah, absolutely every
Because
city.
that usually you'll see that on the other side of the 17th Street.
Yeah.
That street, I was like, when I drove it, I was like, hey, this is pretty nice.
That's not a lot of requests where people say, I want to keep 100-year-old cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want brand new.
They want brand new,
Yeah.
but she had such a connection with it that I think it was painful for her, right?
Oh
So-
yeah, definitely.
but thank God because we got to meet Bob.
Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
and,
cabinet
and that whole
Bob.
scene with the cabinet,
Bostonian
Yeah.
Bob.
and then
Bostonian
Bob's
Bob.
here.
yeah.
Okay, moving on. So this episode really talked about the social marketing and everything I do. And one thing we do want to clarify is that you're not against social marketing.
I'm not against. Okay, I'm a business owner.
Okay, so we're not clarifying anything, apparently.
I'm an
So let's
entrepreneur.
clarify it.
I understand that I cannot send out flyers anymore, right? I don't look at mail, only the ones that Lily puts on my desk. Says here, pay that bill. But I don't.
I don't
but
even do that. I'm the one that pays the bill.
Same mom.
I don't, yeah, so my old school way of marketing obviously has changed. So I know that this phone is the new way.
Yeah.
I just don't like all the, what's the word? I just don't understand the connection from what is real marketing and what is like the befores and afters, that's marketing for me.
Of a project. Before
Of a
pictures,
project.
After
Of a project.
what it looked like, and this is what it could look like.
Yeah, and I just don't understand. Like, I haven't fully bought in. Like when Brianna says, "Hey, can we do a video with you doing this?" and it has nothing to say about work. I just don't understand. I never understood it. So, but apparently it works.
Well, this is great because it leads to my next question. Do you take my jobs or videos seriously?
If I take them seriously, of course I do.
Do you take them seriously?
Oh, you're asking me?
I'm asking all
Oh,
of you
I'm
guys.
sorry.
You guys are all on camera.
Okay. So, do I take it seriously? I do, because we've seen the results, right?
Yeah.
We've seen the results, and they're there. I mean, and the fact of the matter is that that's just the way business is done nowadays. Not just our business, but every business,
Yeah.
right? Any monkey can get a camera.
I love that you stooped down to that.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
In the beginning, okay.
Were we
I know where
hesitant?
this is coming from, guys. I know where this is coming from.
Were we hesitant at the beginning?
In the beginning,
Absolutely.
did I doubt you? Yes. Like I doubt everybody. I fact check everybody. Like, hey, okay, yes. I didn't take her seriously. Yes.
Oh my
Even
god.
though I was the fourth person to come in here and do it all over again.
Yeah, I didn't take her serious. I didn't understand where she was going with it. I didn't grasp the vision that she had. And I just didn't see where it was going. But obviously, now that I've seen it succeed, I was like, okay. So when you come and tell me, hey, can we do a video? What's my response now?
You go, fine.
So he's buying into the vision.
He was like, oh, I guess.
It went from do we have to
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. But again, this is a great segue. So were you guys surprised when I booked a job from the social media?
I don't think it was surprising. I mean, I think that was going to eventually come through. I think it's just how you handle it. And so, which is awesome because, again, we see the maturity that both of you guys have taken into. So I think it was kind of cool.
So
Mom wasn't surprised. Were you surprised?
I was surprised. I'm not your mom. I'm not your mom. I love your mom, but I'm not mama. Right? And that's fine. But I was kind of surprised, but not really.
He was like, oh, this actually does work?
Not so much like, oh, it actually works. It was more like, oh, we actually got one.
Oh, she's
Right?
actually
Like
doing
we
her
hooked
job.
one?
No.
was
It
that?
was the
Oh,
first
she's
time it
actually doing her
happened.
job.
That's your brother. That's all your brother right there. But it was more like, okay, it happened. Okay, good. But yeah, I mean, I think I was surprised at how long it took for us to get. Because you, like you said, you weren't the first person.
Yeah.
No.
So think about
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
From our perspective, we're like 4 years into this, trying to make this work, and it finally took for you to get it together and to do your job, and you got us a job. See, we're waiting on you. All the other people before failed.
Yeah, if only you could tell the other 30 to 40-year-olds how to do it too.
Yeah.
I
I
was
won't go that far. That's
Well, I would, yeah.
I was
So, yeah.
surprised that it happened so fast, and because I've always known that the old school marketing way, door to knocking on doors, and was already fleeting, and I try to put a lot of people in your chair.
Yeah.
I had, I hired independent people that said they knew how to do it, but didn't really like get my heart or the culture of who we were. And it just didn't turn out right. And then I hired another person, and then now that person's
It
doing.
felt like they were just getting like their sticker and trying to put it on Battress.
Yeah,
And
it's
trying
just.
to say, hey, this is us. And we're like,
Yeah, but that's really not us. And
Yeah.
then we tried putting another person in there, but now that guy's in prison.
yeah.
And so that was good
Nothing
that
to
he's
do
in
with
prison. It's good that he's in prison because now you're there.
Oh, he quit before he did anything with us, guys. We need to
Let's
clarify
clarify that.
that.
He didn't do anything.
He was
Exactly.
fired. He was done.
Yeah, he was fired. It was
He was
done.
not
So
connected to
that
us at
kind of
all.
like once he got into prison, then it was like, who are we gonna use now?
And there I was, just glowing.
And then Brianna, I walked into the back office and Brianna was just filing, and then like, didn't you take a photography class in high school?
He like the light bulb went. Ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how that occurred.
Yeah.
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 And great job,
How
Brianna.
long did it take from the time you started to us getting the job, getting a job?
I think independently, just about like a year and a half, because then I was working under people, learning their skills.
Yeah.
So then I think independently, like, yeah, a year and a half.
Okay.
And now we've added a person to your
Yeah, now
department. huh?
you're somebody's boss.
No,
How's that feel to be the boss of somebody?
great. It's the life I live every day.
Jackie?
Is that
But Jacqueline
true,
is great.
Jacqueline? But you guys have a friendship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
that helps.
it's
That-
easier.
Yeah, it helps because you have a friendship.
Yeah, and just because like we understand at like the certain level what we expect for each other, I think it's kind of easier to kind of
Well, that's
maneuver
good.
it. Yeah.
Cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut from the same cloth, he said.
I feel like we're playing telephone. Okay, let's wrap up this episode 2. I really want to talk about the primary sink because we went to go shop for it, and we'll shop, I guess.
Yeah.
Little disclosure: we didn't actually pick those pieces. I don't know if you picked those pieces actually.
For what?
For
So the
Crown
vanity
Carolina
that,
primary
the
sink.
vanity
Yeah.
that we did, a lot of the design was still so when we're filming, it's crazy, as you guys know, right?
Yeah.
But we have the final authorization and say, hey, we'd like, because we won't have time to actually go through all of, because we did 7 episodes in 16 weeks, full construction.
Yeah.
And I talked to other TV shows, they're like, you guys did what?
Yeah.
And how long?
It's unheard of.
Yeah.
It's unheard of in the
And
industry.
I think it was more because we had everything in-house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have in-house design, we have in-house construction, in-house marketing, and I felt that was like a lot of the leeway to that. And so we had people assisting us with some of the selections, and then Mom would just say, yeah, we like
And
this.
because we have the our vendors that thank you to everybody that helped us out.
Yes.
So we appreciate all the help and all the support. So that was wonderful to be able to, have their name to showcased with the product
Yeah.
that we used in every episode. So that was a great help. And it was a team effort. It really
Yeah,
was
a team
Oh, yeah,
effort with
because
Hightown.
we're
a
not
team
we're not
effort.
just filming. We're running still a business,
Absolutely.
a functioning business. So
Yeah.
it's like you guys are filming 40, 50 hours, whatever you guys are filming, plus still running business, still
Yes.
doing bids, still trying
Yeah.
to run business. So
Exactly.
it wasn't just like this is all we do is film all day. It's like,
Yeah.
in between lunchtime, we're sending emails,
Yeah.
saying this, saying that.
Putting
Absolutely.
out fires.
Putting out
Yeah.
fires.
Still
Like,
doing selecting
Yes,
while we're still
yes.
filming. You're still
Yes.
going tile shopping.
you guys were working Saturdays,
Getting quotes.
Sundays.
We're
Yeah.
getting
There were 7
yeah.
days a week. You guys were at the store.
Absolutely.
So it was very helpful that we had a liaison, which was her name was Ruth.
Yes, thank you, Ruth.
Thank you. Big
Yes.
shout out. Yeah, it was very helpful. So that when we would show up, we didn't have to stage everything. That vanity scene though was, I think that was a really cool scene.
We loved it. It
Yeah.
was gorgeous.
When
Yeah.
when they shopped, or when
We had to
you guys,
cut into
you
it.
guys
So-
cut into it.
I don't
More
think
so,
that was
what
like-
I'm talking about is the actual cutting into it and
Oh,
making
okay.
it async. Were you guys
Okay.
nervous about messing it up?
You weren't nervous? I was
Well,
super nervous.
What have you been nervous? I've been doing this 16 years.
I was nervous only because
It's one of a kind.
It's one of a kind.
Yeah.
Oh, good thing
But I'm-
good thing that Joe
Wasn't
caught that you were telling him to cut the wrong line, or else it would have been a disaster, right?
Exactly. I love that my boss told me to do something and then I had to correct him.
Yeah, so that's what makes the team synergy
The team,
awesome.
a team.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys like working together?
I always love working with Joe. It's not reciprocated.
Oh, you want to answer that? Oh, I thought you were asking him.
Oh, you're asking me? Or
I was like, no. The ones who actually did.
oh, so he's talking to you.
Oh, I enjoy my job.
Do you like
No
working with
pressure.
me?
Okay, let's specifically
Working
talk about
for
doing
you.
this scene. Do
Oh,
you
okay.
guys have?
The scene.
Do you guys
Yeah.
like working
Cut
together on
into
it?
the vanity.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy modifying the vanity? A furniture piece and creating it to a vanity?
I mean, if you and I had side projects that we could just handle ourselves and I could just get fed advice and how to be better at my job without the cameras, I think that would have been a lot better.
I agree with that.
Because
I
we've
agree.
never done that.
I agree with that. We did the skateboard one at Warner Brothers.
That was still in front of
Still
cameras.
with cameras.
Oh, without the cameras.
Being
without the
directed.
So are
cameras.
you
Like an
saying-
actual dad and
so are
son
you
moment.
saying that you're asking Dad for more dad moments?
No,
Personal
no,
moments?
oh no, I'm
Okay,
already
that's what it sounded
grown.
like. That's what it
Because
sounded
we
like.
could remodel your
grown.
shower starting Monday. We'll start with the demo and then
My
we'll.
shower. My shower?
The shower that you use.
Oh yeah, that is
So he's like,
black.
surprise, we're putting a shower in your closet.
You're giving it away. Please.
Give us a
Surprise.
Just pretend you didn't hear that.
I do call my room an apartment because it's
Yeah.
as big as a studio.
You
yeah.
put a
Yeah.
toilet in there.
I would love to smell my own poo to sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's closing up episode 2.
Woo! Episode 2.